Hey guys, what's going on? Youngblood with you, and we're doing a quick commentary about Armored Kill. I know that in my last video I was talking about how I wasn't really excited about this coming out at all, but since I've downloaded it and actually gotten a chance to play a little bit, it's really actually changed my mind quite a bit. I'm trying to think of what it is specifically that I've really liked about the pack. I mean, you can see here that I'm playing on Team Deathmatch, and maybe it's just the new variety. I get some new maps. The TDM maps seem to be a little bit bigger. There's a lot more variety. And when I get into the Conquest clips here shortly, you'll be able to see some stuff. But, I don't know. It's almost got like a Bad Company 2 feel to it. Kind of a better blend of what Battlefield 3 and Bad Company really was. So, really with the expansion, there's really three different things that, came out with it. There's the new maps, new game types, and some new challenges. One of the things that I like about the new game types is that it gives you more variety in your gameplay. Here you can see I've actually got an infrared scope on, and I can't even remember the last time I considered putting one on. It was actually useful. It was fun to use. It's not stupidly overpowered like it was before. But yeah, it's a good time. I'm using the suppressor on the gun, which is one of the changes they made with the patch that came out to kind of support the armored kill. And, all in all, I think the game's got a lot better feel than it had previously. Now, the one game type I haven't really played very much of yet has been tank superiority. I got in one game of it, and it lasted about 50 tickets, so it didn't really last very long, so I can't talk too much about it. I had my initial impressions of it before I actually played were fairly accurate, in that you're either in a vehicle or you're repairing a vehicle or shooting rockets. That's pretty much what I saw. Now, I get the feeling that it could have supported different game type, maybe if it wasn't so late in the game, but I felt like it was just a tank standoff. You've got your flag, and you've got tanks that are there, and you've got other tanks that are trying to capture the point, and they're just lined up. It's almost like a Revolutionary War battle. Stand face to face and shoot musket balls at each other, or it could be an HE round too. So that's kind of the feelings and impressions I got from it, so I'll need to give that a better shake, but it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of servers that are actually supporting that. Now, I think I mentioned earlier that the Team Deathmatch maps seem to be bigger. The vanilla maps got expanded to make them, the maps a little bit larger. But it actually feels, and watch my fail sniping there, it actually feels like these are quite a bit bigger. And they got a little bit more verticality, too. That map you saw me playing on that was dark, you feel like you're fighting on a hill almost the entire time. The one thing that I've really enjoyed about this so far has been the Conquest. There's a lot of points. It's kind of similar to, I guess I would kind of compare it to the Back to Carcand expansion. The maps are good, they're open, a lot of different pathways to take, a lot of different vehicles, as you would guess by the game title of Armored Kill. I mean, you've got things from AA, you've got the new tank killer, which I really like, and I think I got a clip driving around in one of those here shortly. You've got the rocket truck, which I haven't gotten a chance to use yet, because people are whoring it out like crazy. And then you've got a lot of air support, whether it's a lot of helicopters, whether they're scout or attack. You've got jets, you've got the gunship. And all in all, it's got a really good feel to it. The AC-130, I think people have initially said, seems to be a bit overpowered at times. Other times it feels really weak. You're in the air, you're kind of helpless. Yeah, sure, you've got the big old angel wing flares that come out of the back of it, but it only does so much. And if you've got a good chopper pilot or a good jet that's kind of trying to track you down, there's really not a whole lot you can do to, avoid that. But it's got a good feel, and it's something new. And all in all, I really liked it. Kind of going back to the tank killer, the thing or tank destroyer, I keep calling it killer. And here's a part where I'm in a helicopter. It's not really a special clip or anything, but it kind of gives you a nice aerial view of the map overall. It does. I mean, you can look at it. It almost feels like Caspian Border blended with a couple different Bad Company maps. So, kind of take that for what it's worth. But kind of back to the tank destroyer, it's fun. It almost feels like it's got a artillery cannon on it. It's almost a blend of your main battle tank with a armored personnel carrier, because you can throw a bunch of guys in the back, and if you got some engineers back there, they can do a lot of work keeping you alive. But it feels different, and I think so far that's probably the vehicle that I've enjoyed the most. That was the rocket truck. But yeah, the tank destroyer is the one that I've liked the most so far, the best new addition in my mind. The other thing that's pretty cool about the maps that came out is they're all really different. You've got this one, which has a very Caspian border feel. You're kind of fighting on farmlands and open, green pastures. You've got that dark map that I had up a little bit earlier, and I can't remember if I've got more clips in here or not, but I'm sure you'll see it. Yeah, it's like a nighttime map on mountains. You've got a daytime map that's on mountains. Some of it's kind of green and mountainy. Other parts are down by the lake. And then you've got a desert map. So I think they did a really good job of giving you a bunch of different options to use while you're actually playing, and it feels like it gave a lot more value to the game. Now, I think the one thing that we're going to have to keep in mind as we're playing this is watching out for servers that maybe have really fast respawns on vehicles, because there's moments where it just becomes a total clusterfuck. And if you're looking right here, we rolled up to this, it's not a spawn, it's just a capture point. And there was 2 main battle tanks waiting for us right there. And I don't think it's in this clip, but we went up the hill, and guess what? There was another one right there. Now, the maps automatically have a lot of these vehicles on them, so that's not really my beef. So I'm not sure if it was actually one of these same vehicles that we destroyed that respawned and came right back up to get us again. That's kind of a problem. If it was just a bad luck situation where we were, in the wrong place at the wrong time, then I'm not too worried about it. I think it's just going to see how these play out and how the server admins set the respawn rules, because I think that's going to have a big impact on these. For someone like me who prefers to play infantry most of the time, I think this type of game is going to be a nice break and change of pace, but I think I'm going to get tired of it depending on how the rules are set up and how respawns are happening. So it'll be interesting to see when, as more servers and more people get into these, map rotations, to see how it all plays out. Yeah, so I don't really have a whole lot else to talk about. I guess the last thing would really be the gunship. I kind of mentioned earlier how it kind of seems like it can be a sitting duck. The clip is after this one are from the main cannon in the AC-130, and it seems like it's fun. It is fun. You've got this big ass cannon from the sky, and you're raining death down above. It's really strange in a way, though, because the splash damage feels off. Like, you shoot your shell, it lands pretty close to where the to where the tank or the enemy is, and you can totally annihilate one target, and the next one you'll get even closer, but you don't even get a hit marker on it. So I haven't really gotten a good feel of that yet, but it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. It is fun. It does a lot of damage if you can hit your target. It's good against infantry. It's good against tanks. And I do feel like it's balanced pretty well right now. It is kind of like when Battlefield 3 first came out, though. You tend to have a line of people that are just waiting to jump into the AC-130. So, I don't know what's going on here. In this preview, I can't see the video right now, so I'm hoping it's actually going to show up when I render it. But if not, maybe the next clip will. Either way, I appreciate you guys watching. If you have questions about the map pack, please feel free to send them my way. I'll answer them if I can. I don't know a ton about it. I've probably only got 2 or 3 hours put into it so far. But if you do come up with something, let me know. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching and hope you have a good one. Take care.